Hello, my name is Courtney Hong, and I am the founder of the Freedom After the Trauma Conference. I have created this conference from my own personal wounds and journey, also from my passion, wanting to help others, and also because we are in an unprecedented time where the trauma level is so great that there's just a great need. My team and I are literally creating something that doesn't exist. This is not something that you can find anywhere. You see, I have a very rough backdrop. Before the age of 10, I found myself in very difficult times. Adopted multiple times, severe abuse, I was trafficked, things of that nature. Now, don't get me wrong, I was very thankful for my final adoption. They were wonderful parents. The challenge is that they didn't have the tools. They didn't have the systems in place to really help me, to give me the help I needed. Not because they didn't want to, because they didn't know. In fact, the old systems and methods, they do not work. And then all too often, we have groups that seem to only understand one aspect of our lives. We are mind, body, and soul. You cannot treat them individually. But that's how medicine does. And then what's worse is when that person can't get the help that they need, they are controlled with medication. We have an epidemic of a pandemic of trauma that is silent, that's being unheard. And the irony is not really silent, is it? Because you see it in suicide, you see it in drug addiction, you see it in alcoholism, you see it in abortion, you see it in prostitution, you see it in the brokenness of society. And the bottom line is something has to change. And the irony is that the very people that could actually help this change is those who have been through hell themselves, because they understand all too often they do not want to face it again. So I come to you as a very unique individual. I have been through hell, I have faced death, and I have survived. And I've allowed myself to be put under a microscope to find out how to heal and how to be able to reproduce that for others. And so doing that, I have created this conference. I have founded the Freedom After the Trauma Conference because I want to be able to connect the brilliant minds. We have amazing people who have learned better methods in helping people heal. The problem though is it's not mainstream. We can't find them. And those that have been hurting for so long, they're the ones that have to go look for it. How fair is that? How good is that? Putting the responsibility on the shoulders of a child that has been broken, left on the floor. And see, what I mean by that is, yeah, I'm 43 years old, but I still have a wounded 5-year-old. I still have a wounded 8-year-old. And I'm left to go look for it myself. I have been blessed with wonderful people to work with, but I have also been wounded horribly by those who really do not know what they're doing. By therapists who just want to say, well, let's talk about it. And then basically leave me with my wounds to pour it all out onto a table. And if they're a good therapist, they give you a box to carry it in. Those methods are antiquated and useless. And people give up on therapy. They give up on themselves. They give up on the painful path of healing because they don't find anything that works. You see, I know there are things that works. Why? Because I've experienced them. I have been given the beautiful healing and help and people to walk with me I've been given the beautiful community that loves me where I am, who I am, no matter what. So I have created this foundation with my team because the goal is to bring like-minded people, is to bring the healthy people, to bring those who are amazing, who are brilliant, who know the importance of healing mind, body, and soul, and bring them all to one location. Right now it's virtual. But the goal is to bring them together so that then we can be able to present that to those who need it. Because those who need it are desperate. So I need you, my friend, to look into your heart and ask yourself this question. Do you want the world to heal? Do you want the world to change? Because right now we are facing a world of the worst crisis in the human decency ever. We are seeing trafficking that no one ever knew existed. We are seeing it breakdowns in the family. We're seeing suicide at rates that are just astronomical. So I ask you, will you be a part of the change? Will you be a part of healing this world? Or would you rather turn your back and be comfortable? This is not going to be comfortable. And I can guarantee you, I'm not comfortable right now because I'm sharing myself. But I believe that every human being has the right to have freedom. And that every single person who has been traumatized is not broken beyond repair, but that they are valuable, that they have something to offer. They have the right to have freedom after their trauma.
This is not about me, and this is not about you. This is about this mission. We have an unspoken pandemic. What is it? We have millions of people suffering from trauma. And this conference has to happen because we have to be able to help others heal from their own personal trauma so that they no longer look inward, but they look outward in order to help others. We need sponsors, we need speakers, we need people to band with us, come together to fight this pandemic, to be the voice for those who didn't have a voice, to be a voice for my 5-year-old self, to be the voice for the women who are not allowed to speak, to be the voice for the children, the infants who were murdered during this darkness that the world conveniently keeps turning a blind eye to because they're part of it. This is what this conference is for. It is to open people's eyes. It is to show everyone you can be healed. You can be whole, and you can turn around and take that very thing that beat the crap out of you. You can turn around and take it, and you can be able to defend yourself and others with it. This is our rallying call. This is what we're asking for. Come fight with us. Come fight with me.